For everyone who lives in DC, they know of somebody else who's either been carjacked, held up at night, robbed, shot at. Crime is rampant, and having more police force on the streets makes us all feel a lot safer. I don't like going out on the streets in Washington, D.C. after 8 p.m.
Mm.
Just because I feel unsafe. So I think that what President Trump is doing is long overdue. The city has been in decline really since the COVID-19 lockdowns. There's filth, there's trash everywhere, getting rid of the homeless encampments, allowing the homeless to either go to shelters or get treatment. These are the common sense solutions that need to be employed really in every U.S. major city.
Yeah, no, good point.
Common sense indeed. Bobby, according to the White House, a total of 37 arrests and multiple other contacts were made by the National Guard on night one. So it's showing some positive promise already. The president has also floated bringing this idea to other dangerous cities like Chicago, Baltimore, Oakland, even here in New York. What's your reaction to what we've been seeing here on this subject?
Well, I love to see it, and I love what's going on already in just, day one, day two of what we see. I mean, the president and the whole police force, the leadership in Washington, D.C., all these Democrats, they're totally incompetent. The police chief was asked about the chain of command the other day, and she didn't even know what that meant. So it's long overdue for the president to take over and return safety. What's been very interesting is the media reaction. They always want to downplay what Trump is doing, but there have been a number of news reports where they can't help but say, well, I live in D.C. and the crime is terrible, or I know someone that was shot or carjacked. And so the reality of the situation in D.C. is something that you can't overlook. And now this is a really, really good step in the right direction to clean things up.
Yeah, and Kelly, I keep going back to what we heard, then Senator Joe Biden say 38 years ago that, more police is a good thing, especially in a place like D.C. in keeping the city safer. And Democrats, they just seem to be dropping the ball now on things that voters really care about, and that's being safe in their own communities. So it's really not shocking to see that Gallup's latest poll shows a record low favorability rating for Democrats, 34%. It just seems like they're not getting the point.
They haven't gotten it. Listen, Democrats are the party of defund the police. The D.C. City Council has 13 very liberal, progressive members on it. They stripped $15 million from the police department's budget back in the George Floyd protests, the BLM protests, where we saw churches burn in Washington, D.C., drugstores get absolutely looted. You can't walk into a drugstore and get a stick of deodorant without having to have a clerk come and open the container for you so you can make the purchase. It was Kamala Harris who encouraged these protesters by bailing them out of jail. Soros prosecutors and DAs that don't make prosecutions after arrests, cashless bail that allow these vagrants to go right back out on the streets again. There is a definite cause and effect of bad policies, and Democrats have been on the side of lawlessness. President Trump is on the side of law and order, and people appreciate that because one of our number one concerns is being able to walk in our streets safely, having our children be able to play out in the streets safely, and that is simply not the case in a lot of these major cities.
Yeah, good point.
Hey, Bobby, you are in Texas, and there's a lot going on in Texas right now, so we want to pivot to that before we go. The redistricting battle is going on, and according to ABC News, the fugitive Democrat representatives are planning on returning back to the state and their seats, reportedly feeling as if they've accomplished their mission to kill this special session. But of course, we know now Governor Greg Abbott has already vowed to keep calling special sessions until this agenda finally gets done. What do you think actually happens when Democrats come back?
Well, right, they're going to roll into this second session, and being here on the ground in Texas, hearing from the MAGA base and the grassroots, one of the things they want to see is some consequences. We put out these arrest warrants, but has any Democrat lost a co-chairmanship or been removed from a committee or had any other penalty placed on them? There's some of these leading Democrats that are on the redistricting committee, and they're still on it. So We want to see some serious penalties. We want to get them back. And if their seats have to be vacated because they've relinquished their duties or abandoned their duties, then so be it. We need some real penalties. At least the Texas Senate has gotten the work done on that side. But we need the Texas House to do the same thing. And then we may lose someone like Jasmine Crockett with the realignment of these districts, which would be a good thing as well.
I am counting down the days.
Has been Crockett might be your new name.
All right.
Hey, I like that.
Bobby, Kelly, thank you both so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, friends, thanks again for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And before you go, please hit that subscribe button above. Once you do, tell your friends, share it, spread the word about the 13-minute news hour so we can keep growing. And for more great content, check out these videos right here, and I'll see you next time.